Hey everyone, 345. We're back with, well, not back with, but finishing up the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm not really finishing up. I haven't really started it. But anyway, this intro is going to hell. This is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney #1. This is the original. I said a long time ago that I'd do this so I could finish up the series, as I've already done the second game. And here I am. I'm going to be trying to finish, or at least play this game. So as you can see, I already completed the entire game, but let's start with the first turnabout. I'm hoping to do this first turnabout in one episode, since it might take me maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Now, it's been a while since I played this game, and I'm going to try and do it without a walkthrough, because as I admitted before when I played the second game, I had been using a guide, because I just couldn't figure it out. But this is the one game I've been able to figure out without a guide. So hopefully I'll be able to complete this again without a guide. But I actually went a few months without playing this game, so I wouldn't be fresh in my mind. Because I'm not looking to do a speedrun. I actually want to enjoy the game, and this is my third time beating this game. Now, so this series, the Phoenix Wright series, is probably going to be my last emulated series, because this is on an emulator, because I don't have I don't have the things necessary to record on a DS. I can't remember what the game told you about the relationships in the second game, but this is pretty much them telling you again. They were friends in middle school, or grade school, however you want to call it, and stuff like that. He always got himself in trouble, and he's a very person. That's what he is. He's a very person. He's just very unlucky, stuff like that. Now, of course, as it showed us, this is pretty much the getting you used to what Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is all about. It showed you who murdered him, and we'll probably be seeing him later in the case, and we'll be like, oh yeah, it's that guy, but Phoenix doesn't know that. Nobody knows that in this game, except for the guy that did it. So it's our job to prove that he is wrong, that he is the one that did it. I'm actually mainly doing this because of the, there's a new game for Phoenix Wright coming out, called Phoenix Wright, either 5 or Dual... I can't remember. Dual Destinies, I think. I don't know when it's coming over to the United States, but yeah. Now, this is kind of a tutorial to tell you how to play the game. Okay, we know that one. We don't have to check the court record. It'll explain, but the court record is something that tells you all the stuff you need to know. It has all your evidence, all the people that are in the case that you've met. Also, only evidence that you found and somehow able to stuff into your pocket because you're a video game character. Or maybe there's somewhere else, I don't know. I think the second game is when, and like when you did this, Phoenix lost his memory because he had a concussion or something. Okay, so you just gotta click here, or I think you can alternatively press Y. So, time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to a blunt trauma, so we know that. That's really important. And it's Cindy's autopsy report. Cindy Stone. Hit with a blunt object. Now, hopefully the frames in this game, I mean the audio and video sync up is okay in this game, because I am not recording with Fraps right now, because Fraps won't detect this, and therefore I can't record it. So I'm using Hypercam, and Hypercam isn't the best, but it's free. So if you're doing windowed games, it'll be a good thing to have. Now, this game kind of requires you to think outside the box. You gotta think of everything that every piece of evidence could ever do in this case ever. And now sometimes it won't tell you everything about the about it at first about the evidence, but it will tell you eventually. Also, I'm going to be using save states during this Let's Play, just so I don't lose a case all that often. Now, you can't really lose outside of the courtroom, but inside the courtroom, sometimes you'll be given a bar, and then pretty much every time you get a wrong answer, that bar will decrease, and if it reaches the bottom, you lose. You get game over. And your client just found guilty. Although one thing I'm probably going to look up is if this game has double endings. Because I know that the last game had 2 endings, I think. Like, depending on the final decision or how you play out your case. So I'm going to look up and look at the end of a guide to see if it says 2 different... Because I'm not 100% sure if there were 2. There might not be, but they might. And also, sorry if I end up going too quickly in the... I'm trying to slow down with the reading, because I know some people don't quickly read, or read quickly. But I read as it comes along, so I tend to read a lot quicker than some. I'm not sure if it's every evidence, but I believe you do use a lot of evidence. Like I think you use all the evidence that you're given, but I might be wrong. I faintly remember once having not to use every piece of evidence, but again, I may be wrong. So yeah, decisions like this. These decisions could lead you on a path for a long time, and then eventually just end up killing you off. So whenever I get decisions, I know it's kind of cowardly, but I prefer to play it safe. Oh crap. I can't remember which, I think E is my safe date 1. Actually, I could probably check right now. I'm doing this off the screen, though. Okay, or is my safe state. You might have seen something like right here. Just ignore that. That was the opening the file. As you can see, I am doing an emulator. You can see my mouse. Of course, that is a relevant question. Because if we stop them from answering, we might say, "Oh, hey, that's an irrelevant question," and then they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, it is relevant." Now, I don't think you can lose in this first trial, but you might be able to. That. I'm not sure if you heard it. I'm worried. After I kind of looked at one of my MapleStory videos recently, I noticed that even though the sound is like 3, I still cannot be heard over the music. So I kind of kept my volume down at 2. So I'm not sure how well Hypercam records in-game sounds. And immediately we know who did it. Because we saw him do it, but of course our characters don't know that. So now we have to prove that he's the one that did it, even though our characters don't know it themselves. Now it's not going to be like this in every single case. This is pretty much the only case that will show you who did it. Now, I think they're going to explain that we're going to have to cross-examine that, meaning we gotta press and present evidence at certain parts of the testimony to show that he is that he's lying. Because pretty much every testimony has a lie in it. Now, I think I might remember what I have to do here. Here they're going to explain the cross-examination. So now I think she's telling us that we have something in our evidence that can prove that part of his, there's a contradiction. Contradiction is a big word in this game. Your entire career is based off finding contradictions in testimonies. See, we have two things we can do. We can press, we can present. Pressing will have our character ask an extra question to give us some insight. But if I'm correct, if you press sometime, like 1 or 2 times in the game, you pressing something will get you deduct points. See, this is what I'm thinking. It was 1 p.m. Let's try that. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah. Because it's a blackout, but really, I was just thinking, like, would he be able to see a clock from anywhere? I found some contradiction. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit to figure this out. Okay, look at this. Time of death 7:31. So whatever month that is in the 31st. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. The cause of death was the loss of blood due to blunt trauma. And this is Cindy's autopsy report. But that I'm gonna give you. That's not important. This part's not important. But there is something in this that helps us contradict. And the other is this. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was cut out. Aw, again, I'm making a fool out of myself. It says noon, never mind. Never mind. Egg over my face. I'm just so... Yeah, I thought I said at 6 p.m. And I thought I sounded so confident. I was literally like, oh, hey, I figured it out, but no, I didn't. Okay. Think more. I'm just kind of frazzled because I want to do this quickly without doing it... I just want to do it quickly because I don't want to run this video too long. Let's press this. Okay, that's not important. Actually, I think I did this exact same thing last time I tried to record a couple months ago, where I said, "Oh, hey, look at this! It says 6 p.m. even though it said noon to 6 p.m." And I just stopped recording. I'm like, no, I'm not letting that slide. I'm gonna let it slide this time because I made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Now, I don't know how we're calling this out. Like, is this them just repeating the testimony? I'm a very serious player of this game, though. Okay, that statue doesn't do anything yet. This doesn't give us anything. Well, I'm not sure if... Yeah, it's not in this game, but I was about to say you might be able to present a profile, but I think that might be in a later game or later in this game, but I think you can do that at some point in one of the games. Huh. Let's just press everything. Yes. There we go. Cause it says 4 PM to 5 PM. Now once the music stops, you know you got it right. So now we're getting a second testimony. Sometimes some witnesses will have multiple testimonies. Some of them may have testimonies over multiple trials. Stuff like that. I think sometimes you can go through the entire testimony and press the right arrow again, and you can you'll hear your partner tell you, hey, something might be wrong, or they might give you a little hint. I'm getting this. Yay! I love this game, I really do. Now, if I'm correct in a real court of law, this would not be allowed, and this person would been taken out already. I mean, if they said it was a mistake, then maybe that would be correct. But if they're acting this suspicious, like Apollo Justice would be having a heyday right now with all these twitches. By the way, I'm not doing Apollo Justice because that game is a bunch of bullcrap. Because, like, the main mechanic of the game is that you have to point out twitches or tics that people have when they are doing a certain part of a testimony at a certain part of the testimony at a certain part of that testimony, of that part of the testimony. And it's just like... See, Phoenix is so much more competent, just like me. Yep. And I think that's where we get our proof that he murdered her. Remember, he said if you flick the neck, it says the time. But didn't he hear the time? Yes, I do. And there we go. Yep. Now this is kind of something they didn't tell you, but it's something you gotta kind of assume. See, it's 3 hours off, just like how, like before the murder. It's probably slow down. My blood's kind of racing. I love this game, and my blood's racing right now. See, thinking outside the box. Yes, I can. If you really need to read some of this, just pause the video. Again, I'm going really fast, but my arm is shaking right now. I love this game. It's a great game. I can't wait for number 5 to come out. I can't wait for Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I think it has like animated cutscenes. And everybody loves Professor Layton. They're both like, and Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton are like both puzzle solvers. Mr. Did it. Oh, you're so... Oh, cast out. Oh, where's the body? Oh, where's him lying in a puddle of his own foam? Yay! This game actually made me want to become a lawyer, but then I kind of stopped wanting to be a lawyer. And now I want to become a video game designer. Because I love video games. I like Larry. He's interesting. He's an interesting guy. He's a person. That's what he is. I think they were trying to say that she's a prostitute. She has sugar daddies. She's like getting money and gifts from people. That's what a prostitute does. Only when they do it a lot. And usually for sexual favors. Innocent. Oh, now he realizes. Oh, nah. Like, I've been looking down at this bottom screen, and sometimes I can skip through a piece of dialogue and just make it appear instantly. I was wondering, why is that happening? But no, it's because I've already beaten this, so I can fast forward. But I'm not going to do that, because I'm not some person that skips dialogue. At least I don't think so. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't think this has any negative consequences, but... By the way, spoiler alert, every client in this game is innocent. I think. I think it might be the second game where somebody's not innocent, depending on how you play it. I don't know. Maybe it's the third game. One of the first three games. Either number 1, Trials and Tribulations, or Justice for All. One of them has somebody at the end that you choose if they're guilty or not. I'm not going to say much more than that, but depending on how you do it, depends on if you get a good or bad ending. I'm not sure if it was on the third game or the second game or this game, but yeah. But I think I remember the second case, and it is going to be a case like all the others. I'm running out of stuff to say. I think this game is rated T. No 100% sure, but I think it's either rated T or E10. Yep. Yeah, then I do remember the second case. Foreboding. The end! So now my game kind of oh no, my game didn't reset. So yeah, this is the Turnabout Sisters in the next one. Not gonna go too deep into it, I'm not gonna tell you much about it. But this is what it is. Anyway, next time we will be doing Turnabout Sisters. See you guys then.